done this week to prepare for the grand final?
This week's been a little bit easier. We did the hard work last week, which is the benefit of having the weekend off, and so did all the hard work last week. Easier week this week, and enjoy the week more so this week. So that's been good.
All right, how will your team handle the pressure of a grand final?
Yeah, so because we've been there the last 11 years basically, I think we've learned a lot from especially the last two. So yeah, I think we'll handle the pressure because we've been there so many times. So yeah.
Both teams will claim to be the underdogs. Why is your team the underdog?
I guess we're the underdog because City have beaten us twice. They've actually scored more points than us in the fact of the games against us. But in saying that, I think our defence will prove to be too strong for them on the weekend.
Both teams have enjoyed their derby wins at home this season, so how does playing at Endeavour Oval impact the grand final?
I guess winning the right to have the home grand final is a massive advantage with our crowd. I think our supporters will do us a massive plus to be here on the weekend, feel the hill. Yeah, it'll be really good to have that support from our crowd. But I know there's a lot of Orange people coming to it, so it'll be interesting to see. But that's why I reckon we'll get over the line on the weekend, our supporters.
Who in your team has impressed you this season and why?
I guess the forward pack in general has really impressed this year. Our set piece has been outstanding, and I think that's where we get most of our pay from. So yeah, and then in the back of that, our backs have lit it up once the forwards do the hard work. So a few individuals there as well, but I think they'll shine on the day, so we'll see who they are.
Who or what are you wary of from the opposition?
Yeah, so I guess we know Greg Lee does a lot of homework in the background on teams, so we've got a few little tricks up our sleeve, but we know because what they do and how they do it, that they play a lot of chaos footy. So from turnover ball, they'll attack from anywhere. So you've got to be wary of that. I think they've got a pretty solid core group that they've had all year as well, so that'll do it justice as well.
Aside from the obvious, who or what will win you the grand final?
Yeah, I guess going back to our supporters, I think they'll be a massive bonus, as well as our defence. I think those two things, we put that together and we'll be pretty close to winning it.
All right, bonus question, any last message to anyone, opposition, your own players?
Yeah, I think it'll be just a great grand final. Two Orange teams going head to head. Third time in 10 years. It's a big effort for the town, really. So yeah, it'll be a good day.
What have you done this week to prepare for the grand final?
We've kept things pretty sharp and pretty light. Focus mainly on detail, making sure the blokes are physically and mentally prepared, but we think we're ready this weekend.
All right, how will your team handle the pressure of a grand final?
Well, I think pressure's pretty subjective. Comes with the territory, especially with the grand final, so we see pressure as being a bit of a privilege because not every team experiences grand final pressure, so all the blokes trust each other, they know what their job is, and I think that'll keep their nerves at bay.
All right, both teams will claim to be the underdogs. Why is your team the underdog?
Well, is there really an underdog? I think when you're talking about the two teams that make the grand final, I think we both come in on an even keel, but if we talk about how we got there, it was a pretty tough road. It looked at a stage that we mightn't even make the finals. We took the long road in, and it's been tough, been worth it, and I hope it pays dividends.
Both teams have enjoyed their derby wins at home this season, so how does playing at Endeavour Oval impact the grand final?
Look, it's their patch, so I think they'll draw some confidence from it. As far as we're concerned, we treat every ground as exactly the same. So we look at playing wherever we have to and just looking at getting the job done.
So who in your team has impressed you this season and why?
Always the toughest question. Hate singling guys out. I think it's genuinely hard to single one player out, but I think you've got players in our back line like Harry Cookler. We're pretty confident that they'll target him. Lockie Buckton, our captain, always carrying hard, but I think as a group, the forwards all carry pretty strongly, and I think our backs are pretty unpredictable and there's a lot of X factor, so I think we'll just give it a red hot crack.
Who or what are you wary of from the opposition?
They've got a pretty heavy pack and some big hitters. I think Mitch Evers loves to kick the ball and he's got a very good boot. Corey Hooper's one of those players that you always got to be mindful of, and even their captain Charlie Henley, you know, he likes burying his head pretty deep, but most of the guys there we've got to be mindful of, so we're respectful of what they can do, and we're just got to make sure we can bring a game plan that's going to beat it.
Aside from the obvious, who or what will win you the grand final?
Well, I think it's hard to be your best all of the time, but in grand finals you just have to be your best when it matters. So we'll just play the game that we've been playing right throughout the season, and hopefully it will get us through.